As of this report, we can confirm that one man was taken into custody just after midnight today after a standoff that lasted over 13 hours here in Lincoln County. Just across the street in this mobile home park is where the standoff started. The fire happened just after 7 o'clock last night, and Hickory firefighters were called to the scene. This is off of Startown Road. I'm standing outside of the area of 1669 Mac Court. As you can see, this is what's left of the home. You can see a massive hole in the front of the roof area. The Taylorsville Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating 32-year-old Tiante Raymond Heller, whose last known address was listed in Statesville. He's wanted for resisting arrest. Pretty soon, people across the country will have access to these COVID-19 home tests. Rapid testing done in the comforts of their home for free under their insurance, or they'll have the opportunity to get reimbursed for those COVID-19 tests. Now, these tests are pretty instant, kind of like a pregnancy test in that you get your results in about 10 minutes. You'll know whether or not you were tested positive for COVID-19. They are pretty compact as well. You simply swab your nasal and then enter the droplets into the test, and then after that you wait for your results. According to a news release issued by the Caldwell County Health Department, the Secretary of Preparedness and Response paused allocation for some monoclonal therapies used to treat patients who test positive for COVID-19. The Iredell County Sheriff's Office Interstate Criminal Enforcement Team, also known as ICE, conducted a recent traffic stop which led to the arrest of a Brooklyn man. We now know the details surrounding that stop. On Thursday, December 23rd, Paul Dwayne Cook Jr. was taken into custody on failure to appear counts. According to North Carolina court records, he has charges in Iredell and Alexander counties. Yesterday, the Catawba County EDC announced that Corning Incorporated is planning a manufacturing expansion in the Trivium Corporate Center, which is located off Startown Road in Hickory. As you can see behind me, there are now several new businesses open in the town of Bethlehem. A ribbon cutting is scheduled for next Thursday, February 3rd. Community and state leaders have partnered to announce the expansion project here at Meritor Inc. in Morganton. The company has been approved through the North Carolina Department of Commerce to receive a $75,000 1NC grant. But first, we kick off tonight with more sad news as we have learned more about the tragic quadruple fatality out of Lenoir, where 4 people died as a result of gunshot wounds, all related. On Wednesday, June 30th, the Lenoir Police Department received several 911 calls advising there were shots fired, a fire, and even a possible explosion. Welcome back in. You're watching WHKY News. I'm Fentress Fountain reporting near the Springs Road area of Hickory. And as you can see, it's the calm after the storm. For the most part, road conditions are overall still fairly poor outside. As you can see, I'm pretty much standing on a sheet of ice, and this is in a residential area. I just told you, most of the main roads, they are clearing off, but if you're in the residential areas, then you know if you try to head out your driveway, you may get stuck or you may slip and slide on the roads because they are slick. So please be careful if you must go outdoors, but if not, please stay at home. The first winter storm of the season arrived in the greater Hickory Metro early Sunday morning. The storm began as snow in most places in the region received snow and a wintry mix throughout the day yesterday. It was here near the intersection of Millersville Road and County Home Road in Alexander County where human remains were discovered. Now, nearly 5 months later, the North Carolina Crime Lab in Raleigh has confirmed the remains to be 39-year-old Jason Riddle, who was reported missing just 5 weeks before the accident happened that led to the discovery. On September 28th, around 7:30 in the morning, Alexander County Emergency Communications Center received a call about a wrecked vehicle. I'm standing near the accident scene now. This is where that car crashed several months ago back in September. Alexander County EMS, along with the North Carolina Highway Patrol, responded. The driver of the car was transported to a local hospital. During the accident, the driver's dog escaped the car. The driver's brother came to the scene to wait on a wrecker. The wrecker was apparently coming from Caldwell County, according to our news partner at WACB. During that time, the brother stepped into a wooded area in an attempt to locate the missing dog. While in the woods, he came upon a wallet. Several feet away from the wallet, he saw what appeared to be a severely decomposed human body. At that time, he immediately called the Alexander County Emergency Communications Center and reported the discovery. Around 9:30 a.m., Alexander County Sheriff deputies and investigators responded to the scene. An investigation started and it was confirmed that a human body had been discovered suffering from severe decomposition. A wallet found near the body contained a North Carolina ID card with the name 39-year-old Jason Anthony Riddle of Stony Point. On September 9th of 2021, Riddle was reported missing by a family member to the Alexander County Sheriff's Office. Now that those sad details have been confirmed, the funeral service will be held for Jason Anthony Riddle Sr. on Saturday, February 12th at Concord Baptist Church, according to Adams Funeral Home. Riddle leaves behind 6 children, all from Taylorsville. Condolences may be sent to adamsfunerals.com. A preliminary autopsy conducted in October failed to identify the remains, but Sheriff Bowman says even though the remains now have been identified, the cause of death still could not be determined, so this investigation is continuing. Reporting in Alexander County, I'm Fentress Fountain, WHKY News. I'm standing in front of the Northside Learning Center, Blue Ridge in Lenoir, where a balloon release was just held in memory of Chantel Harper. She tragically lost her life on November 1st. Today, the community, along with law enforcement, relatives, and friends, gathered here today to celebrate what would have been her 22nd birthday.
She just had a heart of gold, and she was just a very family-oriented person, and I just know that she would love to be right here with her son, celebrating her birthday, and it just, breaks everybody's heart that she was taken away from us, especially her mother, Lynn.
On November 1st, police responded to the scene after Anthony Stevenson shot and killed the mother of his child, Chantel Harper, before taking his own life. Their son, Salem, who was 6 months old at the time of the shooting, was also struck by gunfire. Some members of law enforcement were on the scene the day the tragedy struck. The family says it means a lot to them for them to show their presence today.
And I respect that the most, that they've actually showed up and wanted to let Lynn know and the family and friends that they care, and that that just that meant a lot, not only to me, but I know it meant a lot to all the family and friends.
Although this was a tragedy for the entire community, Pastor Perkins says he's just happy to see so many show love for the Harper family.
I have never seen where a tragedy would bring together so much love and so much concern and so much togetherness, not only in our little community there in West End, but in Lenoir and some folks for the state of North Carolina. It's sad that someone has to die in order for us to come together, but it happened. And I tell to Chantel, she is still bringing people together.
Reporting in Lenoir, I'm Fentress Fountain, WHKY News. We have new information surrounding a case involving firearms and drugs. WHKY's Rob Eastwood has the report. Thank you, Rob. A home in Alexander County was completely destroyed by a late-night fire. The fire destroyed a Hidden-Night home late last night. But if you've been outside, then you know it's been kind of nasty outside. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we had weather-wise.